Action cameras have come a long way in the last 10 years and now make it much easier than ever before to record whatever adventure you're having, which here on Just Ride Bikes, is all about bikes. And for the last few months, I've been testing this, the new DJI Osmo Action 4 video camera, and I've been really impressed. And there are some nice features and improvements over the previous model, and it's now a genuine challenger to GoPro Hero 12, which for many years has been a benchmark video action camera, but no longer is that the case. So I've been testing the Adventure combo, which I definitely recommend because you get loads of cool features and additional accessories in this box. For example, you get extra batteries in this case here. So 3 batteries inside there, 1 in the camera, 2 in there, ready to go. So you never run out of charge, no matter how long you're out recording your bike ride. You also get a selfie stick like this, which is great for filming yourself on a bike or filming other people. Or if you can't get up a tree, you need to film something up there, you've got all that extension. If you need it, you get this additional cage which goes on the outside, gives you different options like vertical mounting for reels and shorts and TikToks and stuff, if you do that sort of stuff. And you get these ND filters as well for filming in bright sunlight. So the big improvement on the new Osmo Action 4 is a larger sensor, which now shoots up to 4K at 120 frames per second. That's not quite as high as the GoPro's 5.7K or the Ace Pro's 8K, but really who shoots higher than 4K these days anyway, especially if, like me, you're publishing to YouTube anyway and you're watching this on YouTube right now, and 4K is plenty good enough for most of us. The sensor size is also bigger than the GoPro, and that helps when it comes to filming. The quality of the footage from the camera is fantastic, really squeaky clean footage. It does a nice job of capturing lush natural colours with good saturation as well, while highlight details are maintained even in quite challenging conditions. Low light performance is good, but it's a smidgen behind the Ace Pro in this aspect. That really is the benchmark for low light performance with a special low light mode as well. But I rarely film at night time these days. I go out during the daytime and try and film when it's sunny for best results, or cloudy where the camera does give good results. So the footage straight from the camera is excellent, and I've been using all my bike reviews for the last few weeks. So if you watch any bike reviews here on Just Ride Bikes, you'll have seen this camera in use. If you do want full control over the footage and more manual control, you can shoot in a 10-bit D-Log mode, something other cameras don't offer. That can really open up the dynamic range of the camera. So if you're into color grading, this camera really trumps its rivals, the GoPro and the Insta360. Also increasing the overall color range of the image is a color temperature sensor, which helps in challenging scenarios. As well as doing video, most of these action cameras and this Osmo Action 4 can do still photos as well, but the photo mode is a bit underwhelming. A 10 megapixel photo is really nothing to get excited about in 2024, not least compared to even a mid-range smartphone, which takes a better photo than this does. But this is mainly a video camera at heart, and that's how I've mostly used it over the last few months. Some of these gadgets can be quite confusing to use, but the camera's interface is very intuitive with a responsive touchscreen, and all the controls make it easy to navigate the settings and play back footage. You then have the quick switch button, which allows you to toggle between different modes very rapidly, so from time lapse to photo to video. And it's also voice control as well if you want it. When you're filming with the camera, you have different aspect ratios to choose from, and there are 3 options on the camera, from D-Warp, which is standard, to an ultra wide, which is great for riding on a bike. You get full frame of view of the handlebars and everything in front of you, while that D-Warp is great for vlogging when you're talking to a camera, so there's no distortion of you or the background behind you. The body is fully waterproof and it's a rugged camera as well. I've dropped it a fair few times, not on purpose, and it stood up just fine. You have this kind of sturdy case which can go around and offer more protection if you want it, or you're a bit clumsy. But so far, despite crashing it and dropping it, it's still in very good condition. One of my favorite features of the camera and why I've enjoyed using it so much for the last little while is this, the magnetic clip, which goes onto the bottom and fixes in place very securely, and any fears of that coming detached for me have not proven to be the case. I've had this on a bike, on a chest cam, and it hasn't fallen off, and I've thrown myself down steep hills on the gravel bike, on a mountain bike, and it hasn't come off at all. And the benefit of this compared to a GoPro is you can easily remove it. So you can have several of these on different parts of your body, the bike, and then if you want to change angle while you're riding or when you stopped to catch your breath, you can simply do that and then put it onto a different part of the bike or onto a chest cam, and away you go. The way I mostly use it is having it on the chest cam like that, recording the point of view as I'm riding, and then simply unclip it and hold it up to talk to or film the landscape and riding through. And much easier than threading or unthreading using these little doobrys like you do with a GoPro. So that is a really cool feature. It's worth noting that Insta360 Ace Pro does this as well. You get 2 in the Adventure combo box I have, so you're set up for different angles, and that's a really nice feature, something I really like about the camera a lot. The camera is fully waterproof, as it should be these days, so you can drop it in water, puddles, and it'll be just fine. On the left side, you have a small door for the USB-C port to charge it up or transfer the video files to your computer. And on this side, we have the battery and the SD card. One of the main reasons I really enjoy using these action cameras in the last few years compared to, I don't know, 20 years ago when I first started using them, is the stabilization. The silky smooth footage these cameras get, even when you're riding down very rough trails and everything bounces around, it's just amazing. It's so smooth. And this camera offers 2 different settings depending on your needs. For riding a bike, even in the woods on a mountain bike, I found the regular default rock steady setting just fine, more than ample to cope with the rigors of riding a bike off-road. There is a rock steady plus setting which amps up the stabilization but does come with a crop to the video image, so that's a bit of a downer. But if you're doing anything extreme, don't know what it could be, you have that option if you need it. There's also horizon lock, which corrects a tilt at any angle during bumps and rotations, but I prefer to leave it off to get the natural sort of flow of the bike when you're riding through corners. So we have the main screen on the back for watching back footage and framing the shot, and we also have a front facing screen as well, and quite a generous size and big enough to see from a reasonable distance, so you can use that for framing if you're vlogging or setting up a different angle, and it shows you all the important settings like memory card space, battery runtime, and what mode you're shooting in as well. So no flip out screen, but that front screen works really well and does keep the size of the unit very small, and definitely smaller than a GoPro Hero 12 and the Insta360 Ace Pro. Let's talk battery life, and the Osmo Action 4 boasts a reasonable battery life with a claimed 160 minutes, but in my testing I got closer to about 90 minutes using 4K 60 frames per second. It is quite a small battery, no wonder it doesn't last ages, but that's similar to a GoPro Hero 12 in my testing. And with spare batteries in this case, you are covered for longer shoots. So the battery life isn't incredible, but I can easily do an all-day ride with a single battery by shooting short clips throughout the day. I'm not doing continuous shooting hours at a time, but lots of short clips throughout the day and ride. And using that approach really extends the battery life very well and gets a full day's shooting out of a camera like this. So you can buy a camera on its own or in various bundles, and I've been using, like I said earlier, the Adventure bundle, which comes with loads of cool extras. I'd highly recommend this indeed, mainly for the extra batteries you get, but also the ND filters for filming in bright sunlight, the selfie stick and extra mounts and cages. And the price of the Adventure combo is £380, and that's cheaper than a GoPro Hero 12 on its own, so pretty good value for money. I'll definitely add a chest mount as well, and this comes with a really cool rotational clip which easily removes for filming different angles. And you also have a reverse chest cam as well, so you can film what's behind you, the person behind you, which I haven't seen before. But by far my favourite feature is the ability to connect via Bluetooth a wireless microphone, which I'm wearing right now. Because the one big downside to all these action cameras is wind noise. We have microphones on the camera itself, but when you're traveling at any sort of speed, wind noise is horrendous. But having the option to connect a microphone via Bluetooth just makes capturing audio so much easier. And I've been using it for my bike reviews for the last few months. I've just made my whole workflow and life a lot easier. And the microphone has a clip and a magnet, which I'm using right now. So the magnet's on the other side of my gilet. Yeah, so it works really well. And really, I don't know why nobody's done this before. Such an obvious idea when it works this well. So I highly recommend it. Buy the camera, buy the microphone. You have an all-in-one solution to filming anything you want to film. Okay, let's wrap things up then. And while there aren't as many features and modes as other cameras, from GoPro and Insta360, and the headline video quality specs aren't as high, I've been really liking the quality of the video from the camera, and it copes well in a range of conditions, and the simplicity of use makes it easy to get on and film your adventure, whatever that might be. And for me, it's the fact it's good enough in every aspect that really wins me over with the camera. I love having a microphone, I love having this removable clip, all the accessories like the extra batteries as well, the rugged, durable nature of the camera, decent battery life. It just works really well and just minimizes the barrier to getting the camera up and running and working and embracing your adventures when you're out on a bike. So I'll put a link to the company's website down below when I find out more details about the new Osmo Action 4. But it's a camera I've been really impressed with, and you'll see a lot more here on Just Ride Bikes. But that is all today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.